Hey there everyone, it's Joe from Bullion Now, bullionnow.com.au, selling you the best bullion bars and coins shipped to you worldwide from Melbourne in Australia. This is your precious metals price analysis and opinion, where we take a look at the big four: gold, silver, platinum and palladium. It's been a number of weeks. We've really gone upwards and upwards in terms of our subscriber base. 13,900 subscribers. We're going to tick over to 14, I think, today, as far as I'm aware. Hit the big red subscribe button to join the family. Check out this one. We did a dominoes. We played dominoes with Perth Mint Kilo silver bars. The very start of that is a pretty cool scene, so check it out. Let's get straight into it. So, look at this. Gold, we've had a bit of a dip. Why? It's going to be based on the Federal Reserve meeting that's been happening over the last couple of days, and then they made a little bit of an announcement. And for me, it was interesting because when you see some of the titles. Where are we? Federal Reserve. Federal Reserve expects to... Oh, what is it? It was this one right here. I'll show you. Federal Reserve meeting. Here we go. This one. Look at this. The Wall Street Journal. Fed pencils in earlier interest rate increase. And if you didn't see this one, and you only saw that one, you go, oh, that sounds pretty positive. Oh, it looks like things are going well. And then you read a little bit further ahead. You actually open you read what it's all about, and then it says things are going to be basically the same, but that they might hike rates 2 times in 2023. But interestingly, look, there's been a dip in the market. It's going to be based on the Fed Reserve meeting results, I guess. They also said in the Fed Reserve meeting that they're a little bit more optimistic that we're sort of, coming out of, the worst of it and all that. Could be part of the reason for the dip as well. And also, it could just be a part of, buy on the rumor. So, you're buying, in anticipation of a Fed meeting or results, and then the meeting happens, and no matter what the meeting is, or no matter what the results are, there's a bit of a sell-off. So it could be all, 3 of those. But we have seen a dip in the price. It was a big spike. That's happened in the last, let's go to the daily. That's happened just over the last couple of days. We've had a spike all the way down to 1767. Now let's get my lines and my trend lines and whatnot. You can see we've definitely broken down through that trend line, which I thought was going to be a level of support, but no, thank you, Fed. Thanks very much. So we've now broken down, but this line in the sand is still there, definitely there. So 1762, that hasn't been broken. So, and in the last 24 or this start of this trading day, we've seen a spike back, a little bit of a spike back up. So I'm not worried. This is definitely the line in the sand here for me, 1760. If we break below 1760, then I'm going to be talking, okay, now we'll be looking at these prices once more. So I think, and this is my personal opinion, not financial advice, I reckon this is the bottom in the price, roughly. Look, if we come down a tiny little bit further, I wouldn't be stressed. If we came down to around about 1750, I wouldn't be stressed. Anything lower than 1750, then I'd be starting to get a little bit concerned. But we have yet to see that. So I'm confident this is just a little blip, and I think we're going to see, in the next week or 2 weeks, a slow, steady rise back up. Now, I could be wrong, of course, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. Let's take a look at the weekly. Yep, you can see that spike down right there. Again, you can see that level of support. It was previously a level of resistance here. We had that spike up to the all-time high of 2074, and then this has been the line in the sand. We're just touching it, but I think we're okay. It, as I said, needs to come down to, let's say, if it hits, say, goes under 1740, roughly 1730, 1740, then I'm going to be saying these next 2 levels at 1615 and that big one I've been talking about of 1555, they might be in play if we come down, but we're not there yet. So that's where we are at the moment in gold, a bit of a spike down. When you take a look at it on the weekly, it's definitely just almost hit that support line. So I think that's going to be support, but that's just my opinion. Let's take a look at silver. We've seen a similar move in silver and platinum and palladium as well. Another move, we came up to the high of, we came off a couple of highs in the last, this is back of August, and then we had the spike up in February to do with the whole, silver squeeze thing. back up to $30 US, and we were on our way, but the Fed had to come out and say what they said, and people selling on the news, and we've had a little bit of a spike down to that 26 level. We spiked down a tiny little bit below, but not so far that I'd be concerned that we broke the 26 barrier, which has traditionally been a pretty big barrier. $26 level. What about $25.70 roughly? Similar to gold, I'm confident, I think, that we're going to track back up. We might have another one little test of this 27.20. We might come back down and test this little area right here of 26.60. So I could see something like this happening. Again, I'm not saying it's definitely going to happen, but I could see it, come up, then have a retrace back down to here, and then bang, up she goes. That's my opinion. Take it for what it is. Let's take it out on the weekly. And what would invalidate that? Spiking anywhere, coming down to anywhere. I'd say if we broke 25.40, then I would start to get concerned around about 25.40. Actually, let me change that. I apologize. If we come down and we break through 24.80, because this is the 50-day exponential moving average, this green line right here, that's the 200-day, and that's the 50-day. If we came down to here and did not see it spike back up, and we see it come down from there, break down, then I'd be talking about lower prices. If we are seeing lower prices, where would we come down to? You've got the 200-day moving average, which could be a line in the sand around about $20, but that's kind of hovering around these two support levels. I've mentioned this before right here, this support level of 21.20. I think that's too close to the previous support level, so for me, it would be this horizontal line here at around about $19, I think would be the next major support level. So breaking down, I would say anywhere between the 200-day moving average. Don't forget, it's a moving average, so it keeps moving. So it could move slightly higher, even though the price is going down. As it's a long number of days average, it could keep moving up. So that could be a level of support, but if we're talking just sort of straight support and resistance lines, looking at around about $19 would be my support level. I'm more than 50% confident, though, that this is the line in the sand right here, and I think we might be spiking up. In the next few weeks, we might be seeing an uptick. And what would obviously validate that, moving above the $27.20 level would say, yeah, we're definitely heading back up to the $30 level again. And 1 to 3rd time's a charm for me. I don't see that being a major area of resistance for a 3rd time. Very, very doubtful. So if we see ourselves creeping up to 30, I'm almost going to guarantee you that $30 will be broken, and then we'd be up to our next level of that $35 level. So I think this Fed Reserve meeting is a little blip. That's all I think it is. Again, I could be wrong, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. How many times can I repeat myself? Quite a lot. Let's take a look at XPT. Same thing, a spike down below this trend line right here. I think it is a similar thing. I'm just going to say the same thing as I said with gold and silver. Similar deal. We broke this line, the downtrend, but we didn't break through this level of support at $1,040. So I'm confident for the time being, until data says otherwise, that it's a blip and that we shall be heading up higher. But look, if we break down, what I'll get you to do is you can pause this video and you can see the different prices. I thought I removed a bunch of these last time, but maybe they just popped themselves back up again. The big ones for me moving down would be this one right here, the support level $800 or $790. I don't see it moving down there. I think platinum's looking very good in terms of its fundamentals at the moment. I think, again, like gold and silver, this is just a little blip, a little bit of selling on the news as such. So I'm going to leave it at that for platinum, and you can pause this video. If you're watching this video for the first time, in terms of you're a new subscriber and you've never seen my technical analysis videos before, because I haven't done one for a few weeks because I've been off in lockdown. Then what you'll see here is I have horizontal lines, so you can pause the video, and these are my next targets of resistance moving higher, and my targets of support moving lower. That is platinum. And finally, palladium, exactly the same thing as gold, silver, and platinum. A little bit of this selling on the news Fed meeting thing. We've come down to Well, look at that. We came down to meet the 50-day exponential moving average right there. So we've come down to there. That also comes quite close to this previous resistance line that I had drawn in, that I had it as a level of support. We did test it once, and I would call that a second test, a little bit of a spike below that. I'm going to say again, quite confident that Palladium in the longer term, and I'm talking, the next weeks and months, is going to see a new all-time high, even though we've just had a new all-time high of $3,000 US. I think we're moving up to this, as I said in my last technical analysis, between $4,200 and the psychological value of 5,000. Somewhere in that bracket's going to be the next major resistance level. If we do move lower, pause the video and you can see my targets moving lower, and that's pretty much it. I'm going to keep it short and sharp. So, to sum up, I think this is a blip. I don't think it's going to make much difference. I think there's a bit of short-term selling on the news, and I think, in my personal view, that the precious metals are still looking very bullish for all of 2021, and I think the coming years as well. Of course, it's going to go up and down, but the general trend, I think, is up. If you like what I do, and if you like what we do here at Bullion Now in terms of our channel, hit the big red subscribe button. Don't know why you wouldn't be already. Join the family. We are the winningest team in the bullion industry in all of Australia, nay, the whole world, I'm going to guess. So we hope to see you commenting. We want your likes and your shares, and particularly your comments. Give us some feedback on what you think about our videos, anything that we can do better or differently. Do you have any ideas for videos? Just put them in any comment of any of the videos, because we see all the comments eventually. And, you never know. Your idea may get implemented one day. All right, that's it, gang. Stay safe. Take care. And I'll speak to you soon.